Today, we're going to be making mulled wine in two ways. We'll start with a simple, easy to make mulled wine. But later in the video, I'm going to be showing you how we make it in the Lost Estate. And I'll demonstrate what makes the best mulled wine in London. You don't believe me? Check out these reviews. As you know, guys, mulled wine is served hot, so therefore you need a hob or a hot plate, a stove, whatever you use at home, and a bottle of red of your choice. The idea is to bring wine to the boil and to simmer it gently, so choose heat accordingly. We're going to be using one standard size bottle of wine to make our recipe. Next step, I'm going to add 75 grams of caster sugar, and we gently whisk the sugar for it to dissolve. You're already starting to get those red wine flavors that are so typical to a good quality wine. So at this stage, I'm going to add 3 classic hard spices, which are cinnamon, star anise, and cloves. Once your spices are in, as they are now, it's up to you really for how long you want to infuse your red wine with the spices. The more time they spend in a simmering wine, the more intense the flavor will get. But there will be a point when it will become just bitter. So I suggest you keep tasting, and at some point when you're happy with the intensity of flavor, you just have to stop. All right, grab your ladle and you can garnish it with anything you want. Any citrus fruit would do. We'll just go for the standard orange. It feels really good when it's a cold winter day and you have this glass of goodness in your hands. Now this is good. It's better than I thought it would be. Okay, you've seen how easy it is to make at home. That's your standard, mulled wine. But now I'm going to show you how I make it at the Lost Estate and how I take it to the next level. Alright, and now we are moving into our mulled wine, which we called Smoking Bishop. The inspiration behind this drink is actually drawn from the Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, the play that we stage at the Lost Estate, and it's being mentioned in the original story. And the base wine for the Smoking Bishop is Chilean Pinot Noir. Every year we go through a process of selecting the wine for our Smoking Bishop, and we go through a range of wines thinking that we'll find something better this year. And every year we end up with the same choice, and it's just nothing can beat it, and this is your base, Chilean Pinot Noir. In goes the wine, the color on it is just beautiful, and the magic is about to happen. In goes the sugar. We use around 75 grams for a standard bottle of wine. Whisk it gently. Then we are going to use a mix of 2 different ports, Ruby and Tawny. All ports do, they intensify the flavor of the red wine, and they sweeten it a little bit as well. After many variations and experiments, we ended up with using 125 ml of each port per bottle of wine. So I'm just going to go ahead and add those. Next up is orange dry curacao. It's orange liqueur, and we are going to be using 100 ml of that. So what it does, it brings out the fruity element of the wine. It just intensifies the fruitness. Next one up, cherry liqueur, 100 ml of that. Each of these flavors are there for a reason, and the reason being Christmas. We thought that they represent Christmas flavors to the best, and I think this is the optimal selection of ingredients. Now it starts to heat up and starts to release all those wonderful flavors of all these great ingredients. What really takes it to the next level at the Lost Estate is Christmas tincture. Now tincture, as I'm sure you're aware, is the extraction of flavors from spices mostly by soaking them in alcohol. So we used a 70% alcohol with 6 different spices. So it takes 10 days to extract flavors from those 6 spices and have a ready product. Therefore, the intensity of flavor there is second to none. It's absolutely unbelievable. And we found that using precisely 12 ml of the tincture per batch delivers what we were looking for, exactly what we were looking for. Now, question is, how do you measure 12 ml? That's a very good question. I'm going to use my years of experience and do that. That's all it takes, 12 ml. As you can see that you don't need to add any spices or any other ingredients, because everything you want and more is in here. So take it off heat. Now, it wouldn't be a Smoking Bishop without us adding an actual smoke to the drink. Therefore, the glass we chose is the perfect volume to do that. Express the oils, pop it in, and now to the smoke part. The beauty of using a smoking gun is that you can choose the flavor of the wood chip. We went for the apple tree this time, and in goes the smoke. There you have it, an ultimate mulled wine called Smoking Bishop. How cool is that? And there you have it, two ways of doing mulled wine. In a way they're very similar, but once you've tasted them, you see how different the flavor profiles are. We could choose to be serving this to our guests, and you know, that's a very decent glass of mulled wine. But we chose to go all the way and you know, come up with something very, very special. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, please subscribe. Click the link in the description and come check us out. Come see our shows, they're amazing.